G'day Dragons fans. It's game day. Now I might seem nice and relaxed right now, but inside I'm anything but. You see, I am a desperate man. I am desperate. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Now, looking at you, Dragons fans, ask yourself, how desperate are you? What does victory today mean to you? What are you willing to do to try and help the Dragons get a win? Because me, I will do whatever I have to do. I will do whatever it takes. I will do anything. This is the Dragons up against a Broncos team. There's no Reece Walsh. There's no Selwyn Cobbo. There's no Pat Carrigan. There's no Payne Haas. There's no Adam Reynolds. We can't lose this game. Look ahead. Look at the draw that we've got. We have to win this game. We can't miss finals again. I won't do it. I will do anything. Just tell me. Tell me what I can do and I'll do it. I'll show you. I'll show you now. This is what I'm going to do to make sure that the Dragons win today. We've got to do it. We can't lose. Come on, Dragons fans. Fire up. Come on, Dragons fans. Fire up. Here we go. How about that? Do we have audio now? DC Dragon, thank you very much for letting me know. Otherwise, I might have carried on for forever. Can someone tell me if you can hear me? We're just about to kick off. The Dragons about to walk out of the sheds. Thank you, DC Dragon. This is how they line up. Tyrell Sloan at fullback. Christian Tuipulotu and Michaeli Ravalawa returns from suspension on the wing. In the centres, Moses Sully and Max Feeney. The halves pairing, Kyle Flanagan and Jesse Marshke. Francis Molo, Jack DeBellin up front. Jacob Little in the 9. The back row, Ray Fatala Marinat, Jaden Sewer and Tom Eisenhuth. The one change to the lineup is Hame Sele, Luciano Leilua, Toby Couchman, and coming onto the bench is Jack Bird. So Bird is in for Ben Murdoch-Masila. Gary saying Raymond Fatala Mariner is out. That would be a late one. I didn't hear that one. Injured in the warm-up. Oh, there you go. So that must mean Ryan Couchman will come into the side. Luciano Leilua, I would assume, will be starting. No, Ben Murdoch-Masila back on the bench. There we go. Well, that's a big out. Big out in the warm-up because missed last week with back spasms. It's the second time the Dragons have had a late scratching in the warm-up. Moses Sully had the same thing happen a few weeks ago. All right, we're ready for kick-off. The Brisbane Broncos, well, how do they line up? Who gives a rat's ass? We don't really care about the Broncos. We need to beat them. We need to get over them today. Until your Kobe Hetherington comes in for Tyson Smoothie. So Hetherington to start at lock. As the Broncos get first use of the ball, Corey Jensen with the kick return. The Dragons up in the Broncos' face, put him down onto his back. Good ruck control there from Eisenhuth. Now the Dragons, again, Jacob Little, Jaden Sewer in the tackle on Willison. There's Hetherington. Looks to step back in behind the ruck. Jaden Sewer's got hold of him. The Broncos just working through their first set. Jensen with his second carry of the set. They get to their kick. DeBellin comes through, puts some pressure on the kicker. And sits down on his backside for the first catch. He's got all the circus tricks, Tyrell Sloan. Most importantly, he does take it on the full. And the Dragons get their first use of the ball. Tua Pilotu. Under pressure, Jensen and Willison right up in his face as Ravaloa from the back fence. He busts out of the first tackle of Willison. Wants a quick play the ball. Now Jaden Sewer. On the back of that. A minute and a half in, there's Jack DeBellin. Looking to set the power game early. It goes to Marsky on the right-hand side. He's going to put the first kick in. A high, deep one down to Oates. Oates winds up, runs straight at Tom Eisenhuth. Both teams getting through their first sets. They're back happy tonight. Sydney Swans got the victory over North Melbourne. Big Swans and Dragons fan now. Now the Broncos with Mam. Runs into Marsky. Walters to Willison. Steps past that Little. Bit of footwork from the big man at the line. Now they go short side. Mam looking to punch that into a corner. Taking it on almost the half volley there. Michaeli Ravaloa got down low, caught it right around his bootlaces. Max Feeney with his first touch. Play it back to Marsky. And now Sully. Sully. All the two centres getting their first runs in this set. So now we go to the forwards. DeBellin, his second hit up. Gets an offload away to Sloan. Well, there was danger signs there. Willison stays in the tackle forever. That's got to be a set restart. Not forthcoming on tackle 4. Goes from Marsky across to Sewer. And again, fighting in the tackle, and the Broncos slowing it down, the referee allowing it. You're allowed to make a call, mate. Christian Saylor tries to get his foot back into the goal, in goal, but fails. Like he fails at most things. Now the Broncos. Good shot there from Leilua into the starting lineup after the late scratching of Ray Fatala Mariner. So Broncos through Rogers to play the ball. Going back in behind the ruck, Hetherington. Well, found a bit of space there. Tom Eisenhuth closed it down. It goes to Mam. Throws a very flat pass inside to Jensen. No one really fooled on that occasion. It goes to Rogers for the kick on the last. Going to test out Sloan. They're going to compete for it. Sloan gets up, takes it nicely, but he's met as soon as he gets to the ground by Jordan Ricky. And the Dragons are going to have to work it out of their own end. A lot easier to do that with Mika Ravaloa back in the team. A strong carry. Max Feeney on the back of that. Tries to keep the legs moving to power forward. Christian Tuipulotu. Running at Willison. Trying to work over the big man. Get him to make plenty of tackles, tire him out. Sewer, chopped down around the bootlaces by Hetherington. Eventually the ball gets into the hands of Flanagan on the last tackle for the kick. Saylor takes it and hands it straight off to Arthurs. Gary saying great commentary with the Dragons bias. Well, it's the only way to do it. They're incredibly biased. Jump in the pool if they win. Well, there's a pretty good chance of that. We'll see how we go. So now the Broncos on the halfway line on tackle 4. Willison back in behind the ruck. Gets away from Frank Molo, who's missed a couple of tackles early already. And he had 4 or 5 missed tackles by half-time last week. I reckon he's got at least 2 already in this game. And Sloan again tested out with the high ball. They're not too concerned about whether he catches it or drops it, but I just want to make sure they're not giving him any room to move. They've given him absolutely nothing so far. He has defused every bomb he's been asked to so far. But we're only 6 minutes into the game. Early days, both teams just getting into their work as Moses Suley crashes up over the 30-metre line. Again, Willison a long time in the ruck. This time, the referee finds his whistle and gives the Dragons a penalty. Well, we probably should have had a couple of them already. We finally get one. Xavier Willison just comes straight back through the middle of the ruck over the top of Moses Suley. Had to be a penalty. Now we get our first attacking opportunity. All day, sir. Absolutely. Spot on, Gary. All day. So on the first tackle on the 40-metre line. Now Frank Molo, he's put down. Jack de Bellin goes to Flanagan. Flanagan out to Sully. Quickly on to Tuapolotu. Tuapolotu's got Saylor in front of him. He's trying to power over the line. Gets it. Yeah! The Dragons in for the first try of the game. Christian Tuapolotu. Great catch pass from Moses Sully. And the Dragons will play from in front. They're up 4-0. Kick to come on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Yeah! Oh. Well, that's a good start from the Dragons. First attacking opportunity. And the pass from Flanagan was good. But it was the next one from Moses Sully. Catch pass in one motion. As the winger jammed out. He still had plenty of work to do, Christian Tuapolotu. But Tristan Saylor, Josh Rogers, simply just not up to the task of stopping Big CT. He saw Tristan Saylor in front of him and he thought, I've got your measure, son. And he wasn't wrong. Slams it down. And the big Try July celebration. Well, a good start for the Dragons. First chance. First try. Tuapolotu tries in 3 straight games. Just have a look at what my multi is in this game, see if that's still alive. Tuapolotu, I didn't have him, but the Dragons to win. Luciano Leilua and Michaeli Ravaloa to score tries. That's my multi. What's yours? Cole Flanagan, kick is waved away, so it remains 4 points to 0 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Dragons in front of the Broncos. We see that try once again. Out to Tuapolotu. Just takes on two Broncos defenders, and they never looked like stopping him. He was always going to score. The Dragons play from in front. Jason Dunn says, let's smash the phony ponies. Well, it's a good start on the path to doing exactly that. Jacob Little goes for a little scurry out of dummy half. Must complete after points. Francis Molo puts a little bit of late footwork on Jensen, who holds on around the hips. Now Tom Eisenhuth. He beats Willison as well. Just struggling a little bit with his lateral movement, the big fella. Now Jaden Sewer picks out Billy Walters and says, thank you very much. Offside as well, the Broncos. Here come the Dragons. We are rolling forward. Another penalty, another chance to go on the attack, and another chance for us to heap some embarrassment on the Broncos in front of their home fans. I got the TV on mute, but I don't think it would be any different if I turned the volume up. The fans are silent as Jaden Sewer takes the first hit up as the Dragons go on the attack for the second time in this game. Marshke, he tracks across field, gives it to the second underneath runner in Molo. He's chopped down by Ricky. Now to Bellin. Marshke. Sewer looks to straighten, stands in the tackle, had the arm free. Doesn't get the offload away though. Tackle 3. Marshke going across, goes to Flanagan. Flanagan cuts out one. Sully puts it down, cold as a spud. Well, I think he might have been obscured by Tyrell Sloan, but you've got to catch them. Once again, perhaps thinking about what he wanted to do, a little bit of a push and shove between Walters and Tyrell Sloan. Sloan doesn't want to give him the football. They exchange phone numbers. And they'll catch up for dinner after the game. Well, Billy Walters trying to be alpha when he's clearly beat up. And the Broncos, well, they'll be hoping for a complete set after the Sully error. And they get better than that. They get a penalty. The Dragons offside from the scrum. The Broncos 9 with a little bit of chirp there as well. So Broncos find the line. So their first real attacking opportunity. Our defence gets a chance to show what they've got. So Broncos come towards the middle with Jensen. 2 passes off the tap. A good attacking opportunity for Brisbane. Rogers goes out to Sailor. Sailor tips it on further. Out to Staggs. Staggs, well, he ran out of room. Comes back infield. Jacob Little looking for a one-on-one strip. Staggs says, I'm not having any of that. He pulls out of the tackle. He's still going, Staggs. Staggs, he's only a couple of metres short of the line. Well, that was not good play from the Dragons. Pass goes out the back to Mam. Mam looks to stand up Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth, an important tackle on the wily Ezra Mam. Now Walters goes to Jensen. Jensen runs into Molo. They take control of him. A wasted tackle there for Brisbane. Pass out the back to Rogers. Rogers straightens. Little falls over. Still makes the tackle. That's how good he is. Billy Walters at dummy half. He looks like he wants to have a crack. He has a crack. He always looked like he wanted to go. And he gets over the line and a bit of push and shove again with Tyrell Sloan. Well, he's pushed Sloaney 2 or 3 times there. He really let him know as Billy Walters goes over. Sloan wanted to have a chat to the referee about some reason why he shouldn't give the try, but it has been awarded for now. And again, well, pretty poor there. Jacob Little trying to come up with a one-on-one strip and just didn't hold on to the man. Trying to claim an obstruction there from Hetherington on the outside who, with Jaden Sewer from the outside jamming in. That's not an obstruction. That's going to be a try. Try has been confirmed. It's 4-4 kick to come from in front. And the Broncos will get the lead for the first time in this game. Pretty soft try. But Walters got into dummy half, and from the moment he got into dummy half, he didn't look to who he was going to pass to. Never once Did he look to who he was going to try and pass the ball to? He was looking to run. Soon as he got into dummy half, I knew he was going to run. I don't know how the Dragons' defence didn't know he was going to run and didn't somehow stop him. To poor try to give up. One try apiece. Stags will knock this over. Brisbane to lead 6 points to 4. 26 and a half left in the first half. Nathan Battershall says hopeless. Yeah, well, it wasn't. It was our first real test on our line, and we failed in much the same way as the Broncos did with their first test. I'm going to heap a little bit of blame on Frank Milo once again there. Not sure who the first bloke to get out was. I think it might have been Jack DeBellin had a swat at the arms as well. Rather than just making the tackles, they're trying to come up with one-on-one strips and silly little low percentage plays instead of just stopping the man with the ball. Pretty simple game, rugby league. Dragons failing at the simple elements right there. We're down 6 points to 4 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Plenty of time left. It's Willison. Well, shows what he can do with the ball in hand. He's had some struggles defensively, but a good carry there with plenty of post-contact metres. Now Sailor. He comes in for a carry late in the set. So get through the set after points. Rogers again goes to the sky. Sloan perched underneath it, takes it nicely. And as soon as he gets back to earth, Ezra Mam hammers him into the turf. They seem determined to give Tyrell Sloan absolutely no time and space. So far in this contest, they're really taking him out of it. He might have negative metres so far. Every time he catches it, driven backwards. As soon as he comes back down after taking it. Jacob Little now. Little's through. He gets the ball to Markey. He's got Sloan on his inside. In the end, he stumbles. And the Broncos defence gets back there and makes the tackle. Well, there's no way that marker was square. That's got to be a penalty. And 10 in the bin. Oh, yeah. There's a good call. Well, he was nowhere near square. That's a dead set professional foul and a fantastic decision from referee Liam Martin. Well, incisive stuff from Jacob Little. Markey didn't push the pass. No, he was nowhere near square, never even tried to get square, and then slaps the arm of Tyrell Sloan, and Katoni Staggs will sit down for the next 10 minutes. Well, we need to take advantage of this period with a man in the bin. It looks like we're taking the 2 to start off this 10-minute period and level the scores at 6 apiece. Nathan Battershall says we need to see some resilience on our line today. When I see our forwards roll the sleeves up and make amends for last week, I agree entirely with that. The forwards were embarrassed last week by the Roosters. They got completely smashed out of that game. I think there was only two forwards that we've got that could hold their heads up high. One of them was Blake Laurie and the other one was Couchman off the bench. So a couple of our bench forwards came on, I thought actually had a red-hot crack. Now, the rest of them really need to have a long, hard look at themselves after they got soundly hammered by the Roosters pack last week. As for resilience on our try line, well, we haven't shown too much of that in many games this season. Maybe a couple of weeks ago against the Dolphins, there was a bit of that. We kicked the penalty goal. The Dragons, well, they go just 6-all on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Now we've got another 8 or 9 minutes, I suppose, with 13 v 12. 23 minutes left in the game. And the Broncos, well, time's been called off. They're giving themselves a nice little breather as they wait for the kicking tee to come out. That's it's like park footy there. Waiting for somebody to bring the kicking tee out, but eventually we're able to get back underway. Tristan Saylor puts boot to ball. Frank Milo will have the first carry of the set. Look to set the tone. He's certainly one of those guys who got embarrassed last week. He tried to man up and take on Jared Warrior-Hargreaves, and he missed it every opportunity. So he's looking to have a response here today as Jack DeBellin fights for an extra couple of metres up to the 40-metre line. A quick play the ball as he normally does. Now Moses Suley charges up over the halfway line. Well, this is a pretty good set so far. Around the corner past to Sloan. Sloan gets it back to Suley. Suley says, which way do you want me to run? I'll do exactly that. Takes it into Willison and Piakura. And Marshke gets to the kick on the last. Max Fenai trying to find a path through. Corey Oates climbs high to take it, and he's picked up, held up, driven back by Fenai. Now the Broncos. They take that one forward through Mariner. Out of dummy half goes Mam. Well, he wasn't square at marker Leilua, so decided not to give away the penalty. Almost gave up the line break instead if it wasn't for Jacob Little. Made an important tackle. Broncos through Jensen and getting up and putting a shot on Frank Molo. Well, he didn't miss that time. And Jensen knows all about it. Rogers trying to take some time off the clock. We've tried to roll it into touch, but Tyrell Sloan says, no, thank you. I'm going to bring that one back. First chance he's really had to get any sort of kick return. Gets a quick play the ball. Ravaloa on the back of that, runs at Mariner. Almost straight over the top of him. Mariner does everything he can to hold on. With 6.5 minutes of 13 v 12. Max Fenai up to the halfway line. Another penalty to the Dragons. Jensen offside. I know it's a high tackle. He just slipped up a little high on Max. First contact with the cheekbone, not too much in it. Penalty. Now get on with it. Well, now another great attacking opportunity against the depleted Broncos team. 4 penalties to 1. Dragons need to take advantage of that because you know the referee will even it up at some stage. Eisenhuth runs at Piakura. Now with DeBellin. DeBellin straightens off the left into Willison, stands in the tackle. Walters stood there, perched, ready to take an intercept if he popped it. Back inside to Molo. He's put down on tackle 4. He's got to fire a shot. Flanagan to Marshke. Going across field now, Max Fenai. Fenai, he had 2 blokes outside him and couldn't get the ball to him. Takes the tackle. That's tackle 5. Mika Ravaloa dives over, gives the ball to the ground. That's the try to the Dragons. A try to Mika Ravaloa. Put to the spot where the referee says no try. I think he got there. Referee saying he thought he was held up and then taken into touch. Well, Ravaloa seems to be remonstrating with himself, so maybe the referee's got this right. Needs to get the ball on the ground. He's got his own hand underneath it. I don't know that they're going to be able to overturn it. I think the ball definitely hits the ground. I don't know that they're going to be able to overturn the on-field decision. I know the boys were giving him a pat on the head on that first replay. I think he's got his own wrist underneath it by the time the ball disappears from view. You never actually see it on the ground. So I think the bunker may stick with the referee's call. And we'll go with a no try. Looking at Ravaloa's reaction, I'd say that's exactly what's going to come up on the screen. got very close. I think there's a pretty good chance he got it down, but got to go with the referee's call. Mighty Tupper, out onto the field. It's Jensen running at little. 6-all on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard through the first quarter of this game as Ezra Mam dances past Eisenhuth straight into the arms. And Frankie Marlowe gives him a big cuddle. And I go across field with Hetherington. He's put down by Eisenhuth, who makes plenty of tackles. We all know that. Rogers with the kick on the last. Tristan Saylor, he's chasing through. He's going to compete for this one, Saylor. It's backwards off Saylor. Still the last. That should be a handover. The Dragons get the ball. Ravaloa almost comes out the other side. Well, he left Jensen behind. Hetherington kept holding on. Piakura fights in the tackle, and Rava eventually told the player he wanted a penalty. Tuapolotu. He comes on the back of that. He's put onto his back, though, and straddled by Jordan Ricky. Rides him like a Bronco. It's Frankie Marlowe. Out to Bellin. Out to Marski. They go wider out to Maxi Fine. Gets close to the sideline. Wants to stay in. And does. Now to Sloan to Sewer. Well, that was a bit pedestrian. Sewer tries to make something from nothing. Well, he fights through the tackle, gets the arm free, trying to get the offload. Now he wants to play it, and does. It comes to Marski on the last. He's going to go to the sky. Anybody coming through can compete for it. Looks like Saylor's going to have a clean catch at it. There were plenty of Broncos running interference. Made sure that no Dragon was able to get there to contest it. Now the Broncos working it out of their own end. Won't be too long now until they're back to the full complement. The Dragons haven't really taken advantage of it. It's 2-0 in this 10-minute period so far. Tapalu wants to play the ball, and DeBellin eventually allows him to do that. Walters getting out of dummy half, proving dangerous. He's the Broncos' try scorer. Eisenhuth holds on and pulls him to the ground. On tackle 5, Rogers. He gets underneath it. Sloan perched underneath. Well, Ricky was not trying to compete for the ball at all, just wanted to catch him and tackle him as soon as he got to the ground, and does so. So 2 minutes left of the 10 minutes in the bin for Katoni Staggs. Can the Dragons fire a shot in this final 2 minutes? Broncos so far have navigated it well. Leilua, he's been pretty quiet in the early going. Wasn't expecting to be starting. It was Ben Murdoch-Masila. Ruled out in the warm-up. Goes to Marski for the kick. It brings Ben Murdoch-Masila back onto the bench as he was dropped to 18th man for Jack Bird an hour before kickoff. Ryan Catchman is now back in the side as 18th man. Hopefully not required. Forward pass from the Broncos. Well, they keep putting pressure on themselves. And the Dragons, they need to take advantage of this. Ezra Mam. You see plenty of them let go. It was certainly forward. Lazy pass out of dummy half from Mam. Are you disappointed? BJ in the comments after last night's shocker from the ref in the Ellenbrook vs Freo women's game. Do you think they need a local bunker, considering all the cameras we have covering the game? So it's local footy over here in Western Australia. Kaylee Thompson made a great try-saving tackle after a length of the field intercept. Held up the Roosters player, but referee ruled it as a try. So Yeah, maybe we do need a local bunker. As Moses Sully crashes through. There it is. Sully, I think he kicks his teammate trying to kick it out of the ground. Christian Tuipulotu wears the brunt of the boot of Moses Sully. But celebrations continue. The Dragons, they're back in front, 10-6. Kick to come on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Watch the way this one unfolds. Jacob Little, the dummy half, goes to Eisenhuth. Kyle Flanagan holds it up beautifully, gets on the outside of Jordan Ricky. And Ricky, he was no chance of stopping Moses Sully. He grabbed at the collar. Jersey grabbing stuff there from Jordan Ricky. That's simply not good enough. We see again Christian Tuipulotu. He was looking for the camera to do his own little celebration. Gets the boot of Moses Sully. That's a try-July celebration fail from the Dragons. Up 10 points to 6. A kick from out wide. For Kyle Flanagan, he's 1 from 2 so far. Flanagan lining it up. That's 7 or 8 metres in from touch. You'd expect good kickers to nail these. He moves in, hits that one close to the left-hand upright, and it hooks away. He's missed another one. Because filling in with no Zach Lomax. He's normally an 80% kicker. He wasn't good a couple of weeks ago when he had an option, had an opportunity, and he hasn't been good so far today. 1 from 3. Got the penalty goal. It was pretty simple, pretty easy one. He should have kicked that. So it remains 10 points to 6 after the failed conversion from Flanagan on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. The Broncos get us back underway. Hame Sele, back from his own injury. The Dragons with quite a few returning from injury. Not a lot of footy under their belt. Hame Sele, one of them. Hasn't played since round 12. He picked up an injury pretty early in that game. Hasn't played since. And fairly similar story, Mika Ravaloa played 1 reserve grade game after getting dropped after that round 12 loss to the Dogs. And that's it. So he hasn't played since round 13. Markey hasn't played since round 13. Jack Bird on the bench, he hasn't played since round 12 either. The Dragons, they get through that set. After the Moses Sully try, Marshke puts the kick down to Oates. Runs it Little. He makes the tackle. A little bit of a juggle there from Staggs. Back on the field, and he's come up with the error. The Dragons looking to attack straight away. Sully takes it as far as he can, then gives the ball to Tuipulotu. That'll be tackle 0. He slides down, stays in the field of play. We've got a full set to attack. Kyle Flanagan. Flanagan goes to Leilua. Leilua, he runs at man, stands in the tackle. Thinks about popping the pass out the back, but just takes it in the end. Plays the ball. Now to Bellin. To Marshke. Marshke, short ball to Sewer. Sewer standing in the tackle. Pulls out a 1. Gets the offload to Marshke. Marshke looks to step off the left, but runs straight into the shoulders. He put down onto his back a couple of metres short of the line. Little. Goes to DeBellin. DeBellin to Flanagan. Flanagan fires a long pass out to Tuipulotu. The defence adjusts pretty quickly. Tuipulotu still gets out of the tackle of Arthurs before the reinforcements arrive for Brisbane. Flanagan goes to Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth not looking for a settler. They go out to Sloan, and Sloan gets crunched by Oates. Well, he had 2 unmarked outside him. If he had been able to get the ball there, he couldn't. They go down that blind side again. Marshke says, no, it's not on there. Goes to DeBellin. DeBellin thinks about popping it out of the back, but doesn't. Tackle 5. Goes to Flanagan. Flanagan steps, looks to thread the needle, does. Leilua taken out, was he? This could be a penalty try to the Dragons. Luciano Leilua hit the deck under the attention of, I think it's Tony Staggs. He could have a second sin bin. Referee saying no try. Well, nice little kick from Kyle Flanagan, who's having a real game so far. He's been involved in everything good the Dragons have done. Leilua diving towards the ball. Well, I think Staggs is just trying to get to the ball as well. It looks shoulder to shoulder. I don't know that there's anything untoward there. That should be play on. Nobody's touched it yet. Leilua comes through. The ball still hasn't touched anyone. Still there. Put a hand on it, Luch. And now it's grounded by Staggs. I don't know whether Leilua was taken out. The ball was right there. All you had to do was put a hand on it, and I think it's a try. In the end, it's not going to be a try. It might be a goal line drop out for the Broncos on what I saw. Leilua's actually bombed one. All he had to do was put his hand on it as it laid there. Anyway, it goes down. It's taken by Tame Sele on the full. And he brings it back after the long goal line dropout. Not going the short one, the Broncos. Now to Bellin, straight through the heat at a level. Looking to set things up. Goes to Sele again. Now to Flanagan. Leilua. Sloan dummied on the outside. Comes back in. Beats one. Looks to step through a small hole. Standing up. Wants to play the ball now. Billy Walters has got hold of him. Billy Walters surely gives away 6 again there. And does. Flanagan turns it underneath now to Sele. We've got another full set up our sleeves. Sele pushing, driving towards the line. Plays it back to Little. Little to Markey. Markey underneath to Eisenhuth. The settler. He's put down. He's about 2 metres short of the line. Little waits, goes to Flanagan. Flanagan to Markey. Markey going across field, but he's grabbed by Ezra Mam and slung to the ground. He wants to play the ball. Sloan can't find who he wants to give it to. They're all sitting in each other's pocket. It gives it out eventually to Flanagan, who's driven back by Rogers. Now to Bellin. De Bellin gets away from one. Runs into Smoothie, who's out onto the field, tackle 5. Hasn't been the best to set so far, but a good kick can make it better. A floater goes out to Tuapolotu. He gets away from Arthurs again. Again, he's going to carry 1, 2, 3 across the line. He almost gets that down. Does he get it down? The referee's right there and points to the spot. 2 Dragons, Tuapolotu's got a double. Yeah! Come on! And again, he tosses a grenade into the crowd and lets the Broncos fans know.
I don't know that.
Well, here we go again. Kyle Flanagan involved again. I think you count that as another try assist for Kyle. Maybe you just say it's all Tuapolotu. Arthur's horrible, misses the tackle, bounces away from Staggs, carries Sailor over. And the referee was right on the spot. Said he saw the ball hit the line, get some grass. Once again, Tristan Sailor, Josh Rogers, simply not strong enough to stop Christian Tuapolotu. The Dragons have found their little mismatch and looking to exploit it at every opportunity. I'm still waiting. There's the try confirmed sign. That's what we're waiting for. Bunker, once again, unable to overturn the decision of the referee on the field. Well, that angle. I don't know whether he actually got that down, but we'll take it. Flanagan. That's a better strike. That one never looked like missing and sails over the black dots. The Dragons, they go out to a 16 points to 6 lead on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Christian Tuipulotu, he's been hard to handle. Kyle Flanagan, he has been the man so far. He's pulled all the right reins, done just about everything right. Now Hame Sele, he brings it back, runs into Smoothie. The ball pops out. I think there was a hand in there. And it is going to be ruled a penalty. Well, the Broncos, you can challenge it if you want. Yeah, you'll lose the challenge because there were hands all over the ball. Ripped it out. Billy Walters is, well, they are going to challenge. I don't know whether there's much chance of winning that. That looked like there was Broncos hands all over it. Ripped it from the grasp of Sele. Walters is there. Makes the tackle and grabs at the ball. They're all over the ball. And he pushes it out there with his left hand. Challenge unsuccessful. Well, you're a dumbass, Billy. You're an absolute dumbass. You knew you knocked it out with your hand, and you just thought, oh, I did it sneakily enough to get away with it. No, you didn't, dickhead. It was fucking obvious, you dumbass. The Dragons get another penalty. We're winning the penalty count. We should probably have a couple more penalties if I'm being honest. Oh, a big shot there from Walters on Hame Sele. That's what happens when you've got the smallest front rower in the entire competition. Your little dummy half can pick him up and dump him on his ass. Ben Murdoch-Masilla's out onto the field. Little. Well, he's been dangerous as well. Created plenty of opportunities for the Dragons. Now Leilua stands in the tackle. Again, he has the arm free. I don't know why we don't use more second phase off Leilua. Anyway, we get to our kick at the end of that set. Go to the sky. Tristan Sailor makes the middle of it. Seward come down with it. Gets the line. Jaden Sewer. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Tristan Sailor, it's like he's still playing for the Dragons. He's been one of our best. Points to the spot. Jaden Sewer with a try. And the Dragons out to a 20 points to 6 lead. Tristan Sailor. Well, he's been awful defensively. Now he comes up with a horrible error. Not too much doubt on that one. So long as he's got it on the line. I think he did. No real pressure on Sailor. It was a great catch on the rebound from Sewer. He slams it on the line. And the celebration from the Dragons fans in the crowd. Absolute legends, the lot of yous. The try is confirmed as expected. Kyle Flanagan with under 5 minutes until half time. Should pilot this one over. Does so. And on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard, the Dragons lead 22 points to 6. We have another look at that try. Tristan Saylor spills it straight into the arms of Jaden Sewer. Again, carries a couple of feeble Broncos over the line. This is a sizable lead. One thing Dragons fans will be looking for is an 80-minute performance, a complete 80-minute performance. I don't know that we've seen one so far. We've seen great halves, and this has been as good a half as any. At 64% possession, we've earned a lot of penalties. We've turned that into points. 22-6 we lead. It's Couchman and then Murdoch-Masila. Good strong carry from Big Ben. Trying to fight to his feet. Tyson Smoothie trying to slow him down. Now Leilua. Leilua into Tapaiu. And another penalty. Another penalty for the Dragons. Again, the Broncos offside. See the referee. See the bloke with the big yellow shirt. Get behind him, you morons. Keep giving us... Actually, don't listen to me. Don't get behind him. Stay in front of him. Marty Tapa'u, he's a mile offside on that replay. He never even close to getting onside. 6 penalties to 1. Keep giving us penalties. This is brilliant, Brisbane. I love your work. Absolutely loving it. There's now Couchman. Couchman put down by Jensen. Marshke wants the ball and gets it. Turns that underneath to Murdoch-Masila. He bounces away from Piakura. He stays in the tackle along with a couple of other Broncos. Now Sele to Flanagan. Now Sloan out to Leilua. Leilua takes on Staggs. Staggs makes the tackle one-on-one. Now comes back to Flanagan. He's trying to set something up. It goes to Couchman. Now to Marshke. Marshke out the back to Sloan. Sloan to Fine. He straightens off the right foot. Put down. Good tackle by Mariner. Little fires it across to Marshke. He's going to kick across field, looking for a contest. Leilua standing there, but coming forward to take it is Katoni Staggs and took it well. He timed his jump. Took a nice catch. Ease some pressure on his side. To be fair, the Broncos are putting themselves under a heap of pressure in this first half. 2 minutes to go until the break. Mam goes across to Oates. He runs at Marshke, who makes the tackle. Jaden Sewer, I think he tripped over his own feet there. And coming across in cover. They've gone just 31 metres in that set. It's a struggle for Brisbane. Rogers puts the kick up high and Mika Ravaloa. Well, every time he's perched underneath a high ball, your heart goes in your mouth a little bit, but he dives forward, takes a classic catch on the wide world of sports. Now Max Fine. To struggle in the tackle of Smoothie. Couchman. You know he can get an offload away, but doesn't look to on this occasion. Do we have a trick shot here in the last 90 seconds? Kyle Flanagan goes to Leilua. Leilua throws a massive forward pass out to Tuapolotu. It's not called. That was forward for your life, but we've still got the ball in hand as Couchman to Marshke. Marshke to Sloan and says, do your best. Not much Sloan could do there. That was not pretty. Tackle 5, Sloan. Plays the ball back to Little. Little goes to Marshke. Marshke's going to go to the sky. Chasing through is Flanagan. They look at Saylor. They're going to hope he drops one again. He doesn't drop it, but he's smashed by Sewer. I don't know whether Tristan Saylor's going to want to come out for the second half. He's been monstered by this Dragons side so far today. And he's got another 40 minutes of it coming his way. Mariner, he goes across field. He's claimed by Leilua. Walters, he's probably been the Broncos' best. Gets an offload back to Mariner. Mariner going across field, looking for the straight runner. Sele just did enough to get across to make the tackle on Mariner there. Looking to fire a shot and get closer than they deserve. A pass going over the sideline there from Ezra Mam, and that will do us for a pretty good opening 40 from the Dragons. It'll be half time here at Lang Park, and the Dragons leading 22 points to 6 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Well, might chuck the link out to the panel. See if any of them want to jump on for a bit of a chat here during the half-time break. See if we can get someone on. For a pretty good half of footy, that from the Dragons. Double to Christian Tuapolotu, Moses Sully, and Jaden Sewer with the Dragons tries to lead 22 points to 6. Billy Walters, the only try scorer for the Broncos. It was a dominant first half, really, from the Dragons. No, the Broncos got a try there and did lead for a period of the game, but it was really one-way traffic. The Dragons, the much better team. We're not going to have anybody else jump on and join me. And, well, yes, Walter's the only one looking likely for the Ponies. I agree. I'm not a big Billy Walters fan, to be honest, but I think he has looked dangerous. Matty saying, watching the stream all the way from Greece. It's a good way to keep up with the game and what's going on. Let's bring up the stats. See what the stats say at halftime. It's going to be pretty heavily favoured to the Dragons. Drinks break, says Lisa Marie Cooper. Cheers. Rava Tuapolotu giving us plenty of metres off our own line. Rava in particular, I think, has been very good bringing it off our own line. Tuapolotu down the other end of the field has been absolutely unstoppable. It's been a good performance. We'll bring up the stats. That's how we stand, 22 points to 6. That's a very pretty looking scoreline. I like it. I like it a lot, because the Sinbinner Katoni Stags a big moment in this game. But, well, let's have a look at the team stats first of all. I mean, you're not going to lose too many games of football when you've got a 63% possession and a 91% completion rate. That's about as good as it gets. You're simply not going to lose any games in the NRL if you've got stats like that. So that tells a real tale of this game so far. The Broncos, on the other hand, 76% completions. It's not awful, but they have come up with a couple of errors. The Dragons 4 line breaks to 1, and we're making a lot more metres than they are. 46 metres per set compared to 37 for the Bronx. Pretty much every stat there, the Dragons are leading comfortably. Scrolling through a little further, kick defusals pretty good. Defensive efficiency, we've 17 missed tackles. They've got 32. Efficiency, though, about the same. You look at the tackles made from the Broncos compared to the Dragons. They've had to make a hell of a lot more tackles. We've just had all the ball. The Broncos with 4 errors, despite the fact the Dragons have had all the ball. They've only made 2 errors, 6 penalties to 1. A couple of, 6 agains, 2 for each team, so not too much different there. But the 6-1 penalty count, every one of them thoroughly deserved. The Broncos giving away tons and tons of penalties. Let's look at some of the comments. Nath wants to know, where do you think Bird will be injected in the game? The way we're going is he might come on for that last 5 minutes. I don't know whether he's going to get too much time at all, because you're not going to want to interrupt the momentum of the side. I'm not sure where he's going to go if we don't have any injuries or HIAs. He can fill in pretty much everywhere, as we know. John Muller saying that has to be the way the second half goes too. Need to hold the ball, minimal mistakes, and they'll get there. Dragons' discipline outstanding. They're disciplined in all areas, so not just the fact that they're not giving away penalties. Not just that they're not giving away penalties, they're doing a great job. In not making mistakes, not making errors. They're not missing tackles. All those areas are discipline. All right, let's go and have a look at some of the player stats. Don't care about the Broncos, so we'll go and have a look at the Dragons. And as you'd expect, Christian Tuipulotu, 126 run meters. Jack de Belin, 131 run meters in a half a footy. Jaden Sewer, 108. So some good run meter stats there from the Dragons forwards. Given last week there was barely a forward that ran over 100 metres for the game, to have a couple at half time already over that 100-metre mark is pretty fantastic. And Mika Ravalawa with 84 metres. Again, all of that's been coming out of our own end. Should have had a try, but almost got there. A couple of try assists for Kyle Flanagan, as you would expect. He was involved in the other one that was a try assist for Moses Suley. 8 tackle busts for Christian Tuipulotu has been sensational. Another 8 for Jaden Sewer as well. So another bloke that's been a real handful for the Broncos in that first half. I don't know that there's going to be too much to talk about defensively. We haven't had to do a lot of defence. Now, Tom Eisenhuth, 5 missed tackles next to his name. He's made 23, but 5 missed. 4 missed from Frank Marlowe and 4 from Jacob Little. But they're about the only guys that have missed tackles. Everyone else is making all of them. I'm surprised to see Eisenhuth with 5 missed tackles there, but I'm not surprised to see Marlowe with 4. Little, again, they're running big bodies at him all the time. I'd like to see that number a little bit lower, but overall defensively, Jack de Belin, 20 tackles, no misses. He's been fantastic. 20 tackles without a miss to go along with 131 run meters. He's been very, very good. We've got Jesse on the line. How was that first half, mate?
That was unreal, that half. Jaden Sewer, I think he's really he's really sending a message to Billy Slater with that performance. Great first half from him, and then Tuipulotu. What's he doing? Is this a guy in the stands that he's after? Because every time he scored, or he's looking like he's signalling out someone whenever we got to try in that corner. He's after someone. He's having a whale of game, Christian Tuipulotu. And
he's going.
Broncos look shot in defence.
Yeah, he's going fantastically well out on that side. Tristan Saylor has probably been one of our best, I think. What do you reckon,
good,
Liam?
thanks, Dad.
Oh, I'm good too, thanks, Dad.
Sorry, my dad.
How you going, Liam?
Skype was on. Yeah, I've been listening to
Kyle
the
just
game
needs to
on
get his kicking boots on.
2GB. Shussy, shush. I'm trying to talk, mate. Shush you. I've been watching, well, not watching, but I've been listening to the game on the continuous call team.
Oh, you should be listening to the Mad Dragon call team, mate. It's been a lot of fun calling that first half. The Dragons going sensationally in that opening 40. Can we put on an 80-minute performance, Jess?
Well, I think this is the time we're going to do it. Broncos look shot. Their defence is very they're rushing in defence. I think we should be looking at maybe 40 plus. We've got to go on with it. The Broncos look shot. I think we've got them in a good position, and they're pretty vulnerable at the moment. And we're playing that physical brand of football that's worrying them. Keep putting pressure on Tristan Saylor. I think we can have some joy and obviously Christian Tuapolotu is having some joy over who's that Broncos winger? It's he's carving up Jesse Arthurs, and I think we kept going down that side. We'll have some joy and pile on the points, and we've got to really put the foot on the throat and pile on the points because we got to that for and against to fix up as well. So that'd be nice if we can get some more tries in the second half.
Yeah, I was going to say too, Jesse. Tristan Sailor, by the looks for the Broncos, is having an awful game tonight too. Well, I've been hearing because he's been dropping a lot of balls on the try line.
He's been terrible. He's been one of the Dragons' best, Tristan Sailor. He's been terrible.
And apparently there's reports coming out he might be going to Super League next year. Even though he's already contracted to the Broncos.
Yeah. Just having a look at the Broncos' tackle stats there. I'm surprised Jesse Arthurs doesn't have more missed tackles. He's only got 3 next to his name. It seems like he does not want Christian Tuapolotu. Tristan Sailor, he's missed Tuapolotu a couple of times as well. Josh Rogers has been a hell of a time trying to stop Tuapolotu as well. So there's plenty of missed tackles there for the Broncos. I know I said I don't care about the Broncos stats, but it's nice to look at their missed tackles and how badly they are actually going.
Anyway, yeah, got to keep going, Donnie. We're in a good position, but we've got to keep going.
Rob, Man-Eye Dragon.
Oh, so good. That's one of the best halves of footy I've seen all season from the Dragons. I know everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Hunt, but geez, Marshke and Flanagan, when they're allowed to play, they can play. I think the halves.
Well, that's one of the things that I have really liked in that first half is that there hasn't been, like when Ben Hunt is out there, we quite often make a half break and then we do that little reload play where we do a couple of settlers, but they've been willing, like Marshke and Flanagan have been willing to have multiple cracks, like have a crack, then shift all the way to the other side of the field, then shift all the way to the other side of the field. They're running the Broncos ragged. I think they're going really well.
Donnie, free flowing, ball movement's been great. Just free flowing. The ball movement's been great. Sometimes, like you said with Hunt, you just crabbing across the field. I don't know. It looks good. Maybe this is our future. Maybe Marshke should be a part of it. He's only 27, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jess, do you want to take over the conversation for a bit? I'm going to go and get my Ugg boots. My feet are freezing.
It's bloody warm over there. He lives in the warmest part of Australia and he's already complaining about the cold.
So what do you guys think? You impressed with this half?
Oh, hell yeah. Marshy and
much better.
Marshy and Flanagan is our future halves.
I reckon that's one of the best halves we've played all season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I totally agree.
Sua is a man on a mission, Rob.
Oh, man, he was unstoppable. Poor old Tristan Sailor, but, mate, he's unstoppable. I think he's got a point to prove as well for missing out for Origin as well.
I was going to say too.
Yeah, he's saying a bigger stuff you to Billy Slater.
What's the name of the guy again from the Warriors from Penrith? I know he's a good player, but he's not been better than Sua during the season.
Oh, Capel. You mean Kurt Capel?
Capel. I mean, that's a dud. Good for the Dragons, but that's a dud bloody call leaving Sua out over here. You know what I mean? But, mate, just hoping we can continue on in the second half. I'm really, really, really excited.
We've got to put
the foot on the front and go on with it.
Yeah, and Flanagan's playing well too, right? To be fair as well, he's except for those first couple of kicks, but hopefully he's got the radar right now.
Isn't Tuapolotu going well? He's powerful.
He's a beast.
He's running over the top of Jesse Arthurs.
He reminds me of Rava years ago. We used to run over the top of the players. You know what I mean? It's a bit like Rodradra. Is it for Parramatta years ago? He used to run over the top of them like that? Yeah, the same thing. Tupolotto might be the new what Sammy the Train? What do they call him? The
Semi-trailer.
Semi-trailer.
Yeah, semi-trailer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just absolutely power. So it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Have
I'm
they come back on
gonna.
yet?
Yes, I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna go watch the second half.
Yeah, I
Catch you
understand.
after.
All right. Well, are we talking after the game or just at halftime?
I
We'll
don't know,
see.
the captain, maybe.
All right. I'll wait for whatever.
Someone has to stay on, otherwise we'll lose live
I'll
stream.
stay on.
Oh, the man there can
Till
stay
Donny
on.
gets
He's
back.
probably got in his bedroom. I've got to go back out into the main room, so I'll drop off.
Oh, shush you, mad right?
Let's get to
And then
50.
Dragon.
Let's get to 50 points.
Hopefully. Broncos
Yeah.
are playing like shit.
All right, I'll see you guys. Good to see you.
Here comes the captain. Here comes the captain of
I'll
the
leave it.
podcast.
I'll leave it with you, Captain. I'm gonna go watch the second half.
Beautiful. See you later.
Come back
Maybe
at full
chat
time?
after the game. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
I'm happy to
Catch you later.
stay on if you want.
I'm just going
Listen
to call
to
the
your
game, mate. So,
commentating voice.
yeah, all right, mate. You can stay there if you like.
I'll just turn my camera off.
I know the second half underway. So we're about 90 seconds into the second half. No points scored. Sorting out some stuff for dinner for the kid. Lisa Marie Cooper says, "Bring the cooler back." I've got the Ugg boots on now, so there we go. The toes are toasty. As the Broncos get to the kick, Tyrell Sloan again comes forward, takes it well, but smashed by Ezra Mam as soon as he claims it. Still gets up, plays the ball quickly. Mika Ravaloa runs over the top of Mariner. Pushes him backwards into next week. It's Max Fine. He crashes forward now into Walters. The Dragons looking to pick up where they left off in that first half, leading 22-6 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Couchman gets the offload back to Little. Little looks to explode through a gap. He's lost the ball there at the end. Walters has dropped it as well. We're going to say 6 again to the Dragons. I'm loving this referee. Geez, he's having a good game. Jaden Sewer. Another chance for first points in the second half. Max Fine, a dummy half. Goes across to Flanagan underneath the Murdoch Masilla. Walters has got hold of the ball. Smoothie holds onto his bootlaces. He's eventually going to play it. Goes to Selle. Selle out the back to Flanagan. Leilua. Piloto. The boy's got a hat trick. How do you like me now? Yeah! Yeah, boy! That is pretty. The Dragons might put on 50. We are flying, and the Broncos cannot stop us. They look terrified. Tyrell Sloan gets the try assist on that occasion. But Christian Tuipulotu, well, this left-hand or the right-hand side defence of the Broncos, the left-hand side attack of the Dragons is firing on all cylinders. Tuipulotu, that's the easiest one he scored so far. He makes it 3, baby. Hat-trick for Tuipulotu, thumps the chest and lets the camera know who he is. Well, he's got 3 next to his name and 35 minutes. He could have another 3. The Broncos don't make some sort of adjustment defensively on that side of the field. Absolutely beautiful stuff. 26-6, kick to come on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Kyle Flanagan, well, he's had some difficult kicks. He got the radar right. That half with his last kick. Another one from the sideline. Flanagan moves in. Hangs that one out to the right, and it hooks back in straight between the posts. He's knocked one over from the sideline. Well, he's found his range, Kyle Flanagan. And the Dragons, well, what a start to the second half. They are looking to go on with this. They're out to a 28 points to 6 lead on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Christian Tuapoloto. Lets everyone know how many tries he's got. 3. That's what he said. 3. Beautiful stuff. Tame Sele from the kickoff. Gets first use. Now Sully crashing into Ricky. Put onto his back. Little. Goes to Couchman. Couchman puts the bumper bars up into Smoothie. Gets a little bit of a facial from Tapau. He won't mind that. Little young Toby from the Broncos veteran. Now off the back fence goes Big Ben. Murdoch Masilla. Good set after points. Flanagan goes to the sky. Coming through. Tapped backwards by Tuapolotu, picked up by Little, still the last. Sewer gets it out to Couchman. Couchman, we've got numbers here. Couchman goes to the line. Max Feeney, I don't know what he was doing there. He didn't know whether to pass, didn't know whether to run. He got caught somewhere in no man's land and just drops it. Well, he has a big shake of the head, does Maxi Feeney. He probably should have scored. If he shouldn't have scored, he should have set Mika up. Well, Couchman, he did a great job. Went right to the line, drew everyone in. Maxi Feeney, well, got caught between a pass and a run and stuffs that one up. Nico Ravaloa comes in, lets everyone know everything's all right. John Muller, butchered a try there. Really nice to get another 1-2 back-to-back. Did you see me, Donnie? Brendan Daly, was that you that was on the screen? Brandon celebrating there. There was a Dragons fan that popped up on the screen doing a big fire up. I think you might have been doing if it was you. Now the Broncos just looking to work themselves into some sort of arm wrestle. The pass to Sailor, and Tristan Sailor continues to be one of the Dragons' best. He just wants to dig a hole and bury himself. He is having an absolute Barry Crocker. Comes up with another error. The offload from Tapau. Should have held it. He dropped it, leaves the ball behind. He's almost expecting to make those mistakes the way his night he's going, Tristan Sailor. And Marshke to feed the scrum. Go to Sully, one off the ruck. He runs at Rogers. They get 4 Broncos in there to try and handle Moses Sully. Well, they can try and get 4 into every tackle if they like. Because that'll create plenty of space for us. Xavier Willison looks like he's back out there for the Bronx. Tuapolotu. Up to the halfway line, he's put down. Little waits at dummy half. Goes to Flanagan. Flanagan, he turns it underneath with Sele. He just crashes into Tapau and also Tyson Smoothie. Flanagan right on the ad line. Goes to Leilua. Leilua tips it out to Sully. The Broncos defence up to the task there. The ball comes free from Moses Sully. He's clutching at his knee there, Moses. He's just trying to kick it out. So hopefully, he's got up with a bit of a limp. He's going to try and run it out. The ball just popping out. Katoni Staggs, he's got his hand near the ball, probably gave it a little bit of a helping hand, but Surely didn't do himself any favours with the way he was holding onto it. So loose carry, happy with that call. Happy with the way that the NRL's interpreting that nowadays, putting the onus on the ball carrier. Obviously not happy when it goes against the Dragons, but Selle's been great. Has he? Okay. He's been okay. He's done about the same sorts of things that Blake Laurie would have done. I don't think he's been great. He's been okay. Short pass goes to nobody. I'm going to say a penalty here to the Broncos. The Dragons are challenging it. Kyle Flanagan went straight to the referee and says, we don't agree with that call, sir. Ruling it as a strip, I think, against the Dragons. You have to... I don't have the commentaries. I'm not sure exactly what the call is. Pass from Rogers. It hits the shoulder there, I think, of Jordan Ricky. I don't actually need them anymore, so I'll take them off. Ball hits the deck. Ricky's got hold of Couchman's hand. Wants to go steady. Couchman pulls out of that. Now they compete for the ball on the ground. Is that challenge successful? They ruled a knock on there against Jordan Ricky. Well, everything's coming up red and white so far tonight. The Dragons leading 28 points to 6 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. One for Junior Terry in the comments. Wanted to know the score. Now Selle finds his front, wants a quick play the ball and gets it. Now Flanagan to Leilua, crashes up over the halfway line. He's put down onto his back though. That'll slow him down. The Broncos will be able to get the defensive line set. Goes to Selle out the back to Marshke. Marshke gets hammered after he passed. Max Fenai pulls out of one tackle. Stands in another. I think it was the same bloke, came twice. Marshke's still on the ground. He's finally getting up. Well, he got absolutely levelled after he passed that. We certainly see them be penalties throughout the year, but not on this occasion. Flanagan inside to Sloan. Sloan looking to explode. He throws the pass straight to Jordan Ricky. He's not on your team. Well, it didn't end up working out, but it's, again, a nice little innovative play rather than just going straight to the kick, playing what's in front of you and giving Tyrell Sloan an opportunity to create something from nothing. Now the Broncos with Mam go across to Saylor. Saylor, he runs at Flanagan. If Flanagan doesn't miss tackles like you, mate, so you're going to have to take the tackle. Now Tapa'u, he stops, steadies, tries to duck underneath Frank Molo, who's back out there. Oh, dodgy play the ball from May. The kick goes up. Tuipulotu's got it covered. Hits the deck. Arthurs makes a tackle on Christian Tuipulotu. We'll mark it down. 12 minutes into the second half, Jesse Arthurs has finally tackled Christian Tuipulotu. Good job, mate. Well done. Round of applause for Jesse Arthurs. He's had a rough night. It's always a tough job when you're lining up against a guy that's twice your size. Now Marshke goes to Ravaloa. He runs at Ezra Mam. Mam stands up to the task nicely, though. On tackle 4, they work down that blind side again with Marshke. Marshke runs into Mariner, wants a quick play the ball on the last. Sewer gets the dummy half, gets the ball across to Flanagan. He's just going to bomb down to a corner. Tristan Saylor should take this. Tried to get back into the in-goal again, but can't. Perfectly weighted kick from Kyle Flanagan, who's having a real night out. Now the pass. The Broncos look to straighten. They're trying to come up with something. They're looking for a circuit breaker, something, anything. Selle gives away a penalty. And that might be just what the Broncos were looking for. Well, Hame Sele, we talked at half-time about how the discipline has been fantastic. Hame just laid on top of him and refused to get up and just gives away a silly penalty. Now we've got a player put on report, Brendan Piakora put on report for that shot on Jesse Marshke after he passed it. It was obvious. It was there for all to see. I don't know why it wasn't a penalty at the time. Now he goes on report. And the Broncos, well, they'll at least start a set somewhere up around halfway, up over the halfway line. Frank Molo pulled out a dreadlock of Marty Tapa'u, and that's another penalty for the Broncos. Big Marty wasn't happy about it. Sammy Thaiday did the same to him one day. Well, we're going to see a replay of it. Oh, head clash. And then grabs hold of the dreadlocks. And didn't let go for a little while there, Frank Molo. Penalty of the Broncos. He's put on report as well. Now the Broncos with Mam underneath the Willison. He runs it little holds on, goes for a pony ride. He's a big boy, Xavier Willison. He's put down. Now Mam straightens right at Tyrell Sloan, pulls out of the tackle, slams it down, and then Ezra Mam throws the ball at Frank Molo. Well, they've been 8 points to 10. Look at the scoreboard, you dickheads. Well, 2 penalties now changed the complexion. I think they were both deserved penalties, though, John. I don't think that's all on the ref. That's all on the Dragons. The Dragons, Hame Sele laid the player, forced the referee to give a penalty. He just laid there and waited until he blew his whistle. It was terrible, terrible discipline. And then Frank Molo clearly grabbed hold of the dreadlocks of Marty Tapa'u. Again, the referee had no choice but to give a penalty against the Dragons. That's not on the referee. That's on us. That's our discipline. And again, poor defence from Tyrell Sloan has long been a criticism of his. Ezra Mam just ran straight at him and ran straight over the top of him. Sloan had to make that tackle. So try to the Broncos. The Dragons still well and truly on top. Yeah, we should have got the penalty for the dog shot on Jesse Marshke. I'll agree with you there, John. 100%. The Broncos kicked the conversion. The Dragons lead 28 points to 12 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Yeah, well, that's a fair point. John saying that they wouldn't have got those 2 penalties because they shouldn't have had the ball. And Sloan, he had a good shot of him. He should have made the tackle. A lot of carry-on, though, from Ezra Mam for a team that's been soundly beaten in this opening 55 minutes. The Dragons really need to go on with it, though. The Broncos looking to go up a gear. They're not giving up. They're not going away. They know their season's on the line as well. They're at home, and they're going to be coming hard. So the Dragons need to get back into this contest, back into this arm wrestle. Look to lay some hurt on the Broncos as Rogers goes across, runs into the arms of Flanagan. Now, Mam, underneath to Willison. Willison was in slow motion there as he's claimed by 3 Dragons. Now, Mam, out the back to Saylor. Saylor takes on Marshke and beats him. Tristan Saylor flicks the pass out the back. It's with Moser. Moser, he's put down. Plays the ball. Now getting a dummy half goes Smoothie. That's put through by Marinette. Sloan thought about counter-attacking there for just a second. Tripped over. Well, the Broncos have gone up a gear. The Dragons have got to respond. Jesse Marshke jumps into dummy half. Goes to Ravaloa. He runs at Willison. He's not scared of anybody, big Mika. Now Eisenhuth running at young Moser. Makes the tackle. Sloan into dummy half. Frankie Molo. Again at Willison. They've been quite happy to make him make plenty of tackles as Marshke gets underneath that. Got knocked to the ground as he kicked it. All allowed to bounce, tail up. Try to point Corey Oates to get out of the way and get out wider. Oates sort of rolls his eyes at Sailor a little bit there. Maybe a little bit of frustration from the Broncos veteran winger. I look to go for an early shift. Katoni Stagg fires it across Tuipulotu. Gets out there on Ricky. Nowhere for him to go. They hold him up. They drag him towards the sideline. They almost get him out. They do get him out. He goes into touch. And the Dragons, they pat each other on the back. Christian Tuip. Oh! You are kidding, ref. They are saying he was held inside the field of play, and the Dragons are going to challenge this again. We've already had one good challenge. And now, well, now we're not challenging it. There's momentum always in that tackle. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's a terrible call. Well, I'm with you, John, now. The referee's doing everything they can to try and get the Broncos back into it. Fantastic defence from the Dragons, and it deserved a reward. We dragged him towards the sideline. We kept momentum in the tackle at all times, and he hit the line. He went out. The Dragons deserved a reward for fantastic defence and got punished for it instead. Call from the officials. Now the Broncos, they've got the ball again underneath the Willison. Well, this is where the Dragons need to respond. We've seen in the past things go against the Dragons. We drop our heads. Can't afford to. Got to keep playing. We've got to find extra gears ourselves. Another task defensively there on Arthurs. Arthur's trying to get one back. He doesn't. They go down a short side there. Staggs, we know he's strong, but he's held up by a stronger Moses. Now it goes across to Rogers. Rogers to Smoothie. Tapau just stands, has a bit of a dance there with Jacob Little and hits the deck. Well, wasn't trying to do anything there, Big Marty. Moser to Willison. Willison, he struggles towards the line. Tyrell Sloan gets underneath him, makes the tackle. Slow play the ball by the big lumbering giant. Goes to Mam. Mam double pumped, goes to Sailor. Sailor gets it out to Oates. Oates gets pushed into the second row of the grandstand. Mika Ravaloa comes up with a try saver. Well, the pass from Sailor there was really good. But fantastic defence from Mika Ravaloa, and he loved it. Well, the Dragons, good defence there. I can't remember who it was earlier in the show, saying that we wanted to see some resilience from the Dragons on their line. Well, there was a bit of resilience there because the Broncos are surging. They are trying to get themselves back in this contest. The Dragons leading 28 points to 12 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Inside the final 20. For the last, 10 minutes or so. It's been the only period of the game I would say the Broncos have won, and a shot on Jack DeBellin. Well, a great shot there from Brendan Piakura. Already on report for another shot. He won't be on report for that one, but he might get tackle of the week. That was a ripper. Jesse Markey. Corey Oates brings it back straight at Jacob. I wonder if we head into this last 20, whether there is going to be any sighting of Jack Bird. A few people asking questions, how we bring him into the game. 6 again, the Dragons inside the 10. So a big defensive set once more. Frank Molo. He's made a meal of. Broncos got no challenges, and the Dragons will get the ball back after the mistake from Josh Rogers. Whew, we breathe a sigh of relief. The Dragons were certainly holding on to him. He was on his feet, put the ball down. I think there might have been a Dragons boot involved there, Tom Eisenhuth. So that one goes our way. Goes against the Broncos. No one's got any challenges left. Our way. Now Frank Marlowe with the first carry after the scrum win. We've got to keep playing footy. 17.5 minutes remaining. Sully comes in for a strong charge. Put down. Little's been great. Tries to duck underneath the marker. It gets dragged to the turf as Jack DeBellin. He's driven across field by Willison. Keeps going forward an extra couple of metres as well. Tackle 5. Looks like we've gone into our shell a bit. We're just gone back to Old Faithful, getting through our set, getting to the kick. Arthurs takes the catch, comes back towards centre field, beat a couple. The Dragons are starting to look a little tired, a little ragged. The flick pass to Katoni Staggs. Staggs, he beats one. He's being chased now. Jesse Markey giving chase. Markey's the only one that can get Staggs. He's going to keep him out in the corner, but it's a try to Katoni Staggs. That one was all set off by a nice little flick pass from Tristan Saylor. The Broncos are coming and the Dragons need to find some response. The crowd's starting to come into the game. And this one ain't done yet. Tristan Saylor gets the pass. Again, the miss from Tyrell Sloan on Katoni Staggs. Jesse Markey, well, he tested out that hamstring, giving chase here. I don't think he ever gave himself too much chance of catching him. He was trying hard, but does well, keeps him out wide at the very least. Makes it a difficult conversion attempt. It's the Broncos. Well, they're back within 12. With 15 minutes to go. And John Muller says, I'm nervous now. Well, you're not the only one, John. I think Dragons fans everywhere. A little bit nervous. Staggs with the chance to convert his own try. Moves in, looks okay, but it's going to go across the face of goal. And that one, well, that misconversion, put that down to Jesse Markey's chase. So the score, 28 points to 16 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Well, Jesse Markey, he's heading up the tunnel. I'm assuming that must be a HIA, or is he re-injured that hamstring? We'll have to hopefully get somebody in the comments to tell us why. Nath Batterfield saying we cannot string together an 80-minute performance. Yeah, and Sloan is so bloody useless in defence, and that was he's come up with a couple of bad misses. here in this game. And not really making up for it enough in attack, I must say. Anybody in the comments, let me know why Marshke is off. Is it the hamstring or was it an HIA? Saw him heading up the tunnel. It's the Broncos again with Staggs. So I'd imagine that'll mean Jack Bird's out on the field. And another late offload from the Broncos. Great tackle from Jacob Little. Tackle 5. We've got to hold on for one more. The kick from Mam in behind. Tyrell Sloan's got it covered and just knocks it over the dead ball line. But a great set after points from the Brisbane Broncos. Well, they are well and truly on top right now, and the Dragons are just holding on. Ezra Mam. He's full of running. Sloan taking no chances. A nicely weighted kick. Short drop out from the Dragons. Tapped backwards, straight into the arms of a Bronco. So the Dragons got to the ball, but knocked it straight back to Smoothie. Moser. He now goes to Rogers. Rogers to Willison. Willison. He's put down. Looks like Ricky getting some attention. Couchman makes the tackle there on Hetherington. Moser to Willison. Again, runs at Couchman, who makes a good tackle. Dragons offside, though. Another set coming. Trying to hold on. Moser out to Mam. Mam short ball. Piakura runs into Jack Bird, who is indeed out on the field. So now Mam. There's a couple of runners go underneath, gets the ball to Moser, now to Rogers, Staggs, pushes away from Flanagan, gets a pass inside, intercepted by Jacob Little. Well, there's another big play from Lids. He's been up amongst the Dragons best tonight, Jacob Little. He's starting to show some wear and tear and some fatigue, as is a lot of the Dragons players out there. But he was in the right place at the right time there. As Katoni Staggs knocks on wood. Now Eisenhuth. He sort of lumbers forward. Well, the Dragons have kind of stopped playing. DeBellin. Another player who's had a wonderful game. Goes back to Flanagan. Flanagan puts boot to ball. Oates is going to come forward and take it. He's had a run. Runs into Jack Bird, who makes the tackle. Look a short side to Mariner. Eleven and a half minutes left on the clock. The Broncos coming, the Dragons holding on. Both teams fighting for their season. Mam goes across field, gets the ball to Rogers. The pass from Rogers is horrible. Staggs goes back and cleans it up. He looks at a staggered defensive line, but he runs straight into Couchman and Flanagan. And they do a great job working together to make sure there's no room for Katoni Staggs to do what he did just moments ago. Tristan Saylor, he's tackled. Now Rogers, he's going to put a little banana kick over the top. Coming forward at a rate of knots is Tyrell Sloan. He beats one. He tries to get out of another. He finds his front, wants a quick play the ball, slow play the ball. Well, he has 2 or 3 efforts there, Xavier Willison, and gives away the 6 again, but it was on tackle 1, so he won't be too concerned about that. The quick play the ball would have bothered him a lot more than 1 extra tackle, but now it's with Max Feeney. Feeney tackled, put down, now to DeBellin out the back, Flanagan tips it on, now out the back to Sloan, he gives the ball to Sully was looking to go underneath. Sloan wanted him to stay on the outside, and a penalty. Again, we're going to have a player, it's Kyle Flanagan, after he passed the ball, getting knocked over. This is up by 12. We've got to be thinking 2 points here. Katoni Staggs, well after he passed it, hit him late. It's a fair way out. Give us a 14-point margin. Does Flanagan have the legs? He might not get the opportunity if he's concussed. We've already lost one half. Jesse Marshke's gone up the tunnel. And Flanagan, they did the concussion test on him out on the field. He's passed. And now he steps up to knock over a very important 2 points if he can get it. Take it from a 12 to a 14-point margin. Want to get ready for a short kickoff if he does kick it. Broncos aren't going to give up. He's kicked 4 from 6 tonight. One that he probably should have kicked. A couple that you would have forgiven him for missing as well. Moves in, looks good off the boot. And the Dragons go out to a 14-point lead. It's 30 points to 16 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. 14-point margin, 8.5 minutes left on the clock. There's Fox showing some highlights of Tyrell Sloan tonight. I don't know that there'll be too many defensive highlights in here in this package, but he certainly diffused some chances. He's got involved in attack. He hasn't done anything overly brilliant, but he's been okay in attack. He had some moments defensively. There is the short kickoff as predicted. Everyone goes up. I don't think anybody touched it. The Broncos come down with it. So they've got the ball from the short kickoff. This one ain't over yet. Broncos now with Smoothie. Smoothie out the back to Rogers. Rogers to Mam. Mam goes to Staggs. Just gives him early ball and says, do your best. He runs at Flanagan. Does a good job. Makes the tackle. Flanagan claiming that the ball came out. Referee says, no, it didn't. Now Jensen. He runs at Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth driven across field. Put down. Couchman's been good defensively. Involved there as well. Short pass to Smoothie. Runs into DeBellin. And makes the tackle. As he almost always does. Moser! He picked out Tyrell Sloan. And again, they found the weak link. Tyrell Sloan defending an A defender. Blake Moser says, I will get the better of you. And he does. Well, Sloan, he has not had a happy night defensively at all. Blake Moser just picks him out, takes him on, spins over and gets the ball down. The Broncos, they just refuse to quit. As they're pointing out in the group chat, another try from dummy half. Staggs knocks it over. The Dragons lead 30 points to 22 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Strap yourselves in, Dragons fans. We've got a big finish coming up. The Broncos at home are surging. The Dragons, we are faltering. Trying desperately to hold on. Corey Oates is off. He's been taken from the field. I'm not sure exactly who they've got going onto the wing. Maybe Karapani, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Karapani is, but he does look like he's out there on the wing. Desire Karapani on the left wing. So they've got some fresh legs. Takes a carry there. Couchman comes up with that tackle. Now Smoothie. Short ball to Hetherington. Good tackle, Leilua. Holds on. DeBellin comes in to finish him off. Now Mam, he's going to look to kick to a corner. Ravaloa getting back to it. Picks it up inside his own 10. Gets away from the first chaser in Piakura. Plays it back to Bird. Well, Bird, he's done nothing but defence since he got onto the field. Max Vinay. You play the ball, and Bird, he'll take a hit up. Bounces away from Piakura. Stands in the tackle. No thoughts of an offload, though. Just wants to find his front for a quick play the ball. Now Little goes to Sewer. Sewer, he picks out Moser. That was a player he wanted to target and run at. All of a sudden, we're struggling to get out of our own end. Another great run from Jacob Little out of dummy half. He'll play the ball quickly enough. Now they go to Flanagan. Flanagan, he's going to look to just guide that one into a corner. Sits up kindly, though, for Tristan Saylor. Saylor brings it back towards the middle of the field, throws a bit of a hospital pass to Rogers, who was driven backwards. Well, that wasn't one of Saylor's best moments, and he hasn't had a lot of good ones. Rogers, he'll play the ball. Karapani has a look, almost spills it into Jacob Little, who was up on him quickly, but on second grab, he reels it in. Well, that would have been a huge moment, but he managed to hold on to it. Arthur's on that carry. Now to Mam. Mam, he goes to the line. He's met and put away by Jacob Little. Little. Now with Jensen, just a settler on tackle 5. What have they got on the final play? 4 minutes to go, 8 points the margin. Rogers, short ball to Ricky. Ricky throws the pass out to Stagg. Stagg puts a little chip over the top. It sits up eventually for Tyrell Sloan, who claims the ball. And the Dragons in pretty decent field position. Let's see where we can finish this set. Do we have any power left? Do we have any air left in the lungs? Christian Tuipulotu says, give me a go. I've got 3. I want more. Up towards the halfway line before he's put down. Ridden to ground by Moser and Smoothie. Now Couchman. Couchman stands in that tackle, backs towards the 40-metre line. He'll be a few metres short of that mark. Now with DeBellin. DeBellin. He'll look for a quick play. The ball on 5. It goes to Flanagan. Flanagan just looks to drill it towards the sideline, and into touch it goes. We'll set our defensive line with 3.5 left on the clock. The Dragons holding on, clinging to this lead. As Shane Flanagan gets ready to head down to the sideline, or he's just gone to the back of the box. He's taking a breath, as we all do. Come on, boys, tackle, says John Muller. Let's echo those sentiments. Hold on, let them go nowhere. They're going to look to use the ball. It comes out now, Mam. Mam goes to Saylor. Saylor one-on-one with Bird, who holds onto the jersey of Saylor. As the outside defence closed in. Now it goes wide to Rogers. Rogers, ball out in 2 hands. DeBellin says, I'm not falling for your tricks. Picks him up, slams him to the ground. They're inside the Dragons' half on 4. Moser goes across the face to Hetherington. Hetherington tangles with Sewer. Sewer throws him to the ground. Quick play the ball on tackle 5. Moser, he gets out of dummy half. Gets the pass to Smoothie. Smoothie to Rogers. Rogers throws it to whoever wants it. Katoni Staggs. Katoni Staggs again. Gets out of the tackle and slams the ball down. He's got another try, and the Broncos are not done. This game isn't over. It's a 4-point margin kick to come, still 2 minutes on the clock as it stops. Well, Moses Sully didn't have the pace to close down on the inside. Tyrell Sloan did his best, couldn't stop him. Katoni Staggs has been the Broncos' best, certainly in this second half. He's made up for being sin-binned in the first half. He's got himself a double. Sully couldn't do the job. Sloan couldn't do the job. The try is confirmed. We're struggling to contain Katoni Staggs. He's got the conversion attempt. Swinging that one back. And again, waved away. Well, that won't matter them too much, although it takes the 2-point field goal out of the equation. The Dragons lead 30 points to 26 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. It's all on the line. 1:47. Heart in mouth. The Broncos are coming. The Dragons. It doesn't look like they've got much left. It's been another game of two halves. We performed for 40 minutes. Do we have 1:47 left in the lungs? The kick is deep down to Jensen. He runs into DeBellin and Leilua. Tackle one. We'll count them all down. They go wide to Mam. Mam puts a kick across to Karapani. Doesn't execute. And Mika Ravalawa dives upon it. We've got the ball back. We've got 1:22 to get through. Well, the Broncos, they might get the ball back. Oh, they might not. Matthew Finai into the backfield. Struggling in the tackle. Man wants to come up with a one-on-one strip. A minute to go. Tyrell Sloan plays the ball. Couchman just hard and straight at Moser. He's put down about 4 or 5 metres out. Now across to DeBellin. DeBellin towards the line. Can he get it down? Held up. Held up. The clock stops. 49 seconds left. Fourth tackle. Do we have anybody that can roll the ball into the in goal? Eisenhuth. He's put down. Tackle 5. Last play important. Little goes across field. Looks like they're going to be happy to hand the ball over and give it to the Broncos. 10 metres out. I don't know whether that was the best last tackle play. 30 seconds to hold on. Mariner almost getting through Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth just holds on. It was Arthur's rather, not Mariner. Goes across to Mam. Not going to kick this time. They go out. Looking to get through the tackle there. Karapani. Karapani looking for a moment in this game. Got on the field late. Plays the ball. Goes to Mam. Mam across to Rogers. Rogers fires it across to anybody who wants it. Arthurs has a bit of a juggle. Dives on the ball and he's dived upon by Kyle Flanagan. Flanagan, this will be the last play of the game. It goes now to Rogers. Rogers, he looks to hit the belly of the ball. A big torpedo bomb. Tyrell Sloan knocks it backwards. Dragons knock it back again and Jack the Bill and dives upon it. The Dragons win. 30 points to 26. Go God dang! The Dragons are home! The season is alive and well! Woo! Yeah, boys! Oh.
You fucking beauty!
Oh, Jesus, Lamb. Oh, my
fuck, man.
God, golly,
Oh.
God!
Oh,
30 points to 26. Full time. The Dragons are victorious.
and
How do you like
the
that one?
Broncos are officially done and dusted.
How do
out
you
of the season.
like that one?
Oh,
Well,
my
that was
God.
fun. That was a hell of a lot of fun.
I was having a heart attack
Dragons.
on my seat with your commentating.
Who knows? Our season is alive. Oh, chuck the headphones on so I can hear you,
I was having a
Liam.
heart attack on the edge of my seat listening to it. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
a fucking close game tonight.
It certainly was. We hold on. We're keeping our season alive.
I listened to.
What was that, mate?
That's better commentating for now with the bloody commentators I listen to.
Oh,
I'll listen
thanks,
to
mate.
you any day that we play.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun calling it, especially when we win. I don't know how I would have coped if the Broncos had scored a try in that last couple of minutes and got us. I think I would have just cried and gone to bed.
Oh my God. That was the best. I think that was the best close game that we've had.
Well,
But I think we do need to make some changes for next week.
Well, Ben Hunt. Well, actually, we don't have a game next week. We've got the bye next week, so the week after. But Ben Hunt and Zach Lomax will be back.
I don't see Tyrell Sloan keeping the fullback role after this week's horrendous.
Who do you put at fullback then? You going to put Lomax to fullback? We don't have any other fullbacks. We don't have any other fullbacks. There's no fullbacks in our team. Well, best for the Broncos, the ref. I thought the ref was fantastic. I thought the ref gave us quite a few things. He certainly came up with a couple of questionable calls against us, but I thought he came up with a couple of questionable calls in our favour as well. So, yeah, I thought Katoni Staggs was the Broncos' best. He was a real handful. We couldn't stop him. No fingernails
left. I don't know
left.
Give my 3-2-1 to this week.
Well,
I'm definitely not going to give it to Sloan.
Don't let us know on here, mate. No talking about 3-2-1s on here. We'll do that all in. We'll do that all in private messages and all that sort of stuff. But because other people on the panel might listen to it and be swayed by your thoughts. I want people to give their own thoughts on their 3-2-1s. Anybody in the comments though, feel free to let us know who you thought was the Dragons' best. Certainly some good performers. I'm actually writing my 3-2-1s down.
Yeah, I'm putting mine through to you now.
Oh God, there's a few that are going to be very unlucky to miss out, I think. How do I not give him votes? He was so good. Very, very difficult to do the 3-2-1s this week for sure. I reckon there's 4 blokes I want to give votes to. 100% I want to give 4 blokes votes. I've got my man of the match, but there's another 3 blokes that I want to give something to, but I don't know how to do it. It's going to be a...
I put mine through to you, Donny.
Thanks, mate.
It was a tough one to pick. It was tough.
I'm going that way. That's what I'm doing. I've done it. I've got the 3-2-1s.
Same. I put mine through.
There's one particular bloke that's he deserved votes, but I couldn't give it to him. So it's hard when you can only give 3.
I've already put my 3 down.
Can you expand on that, Rory McDonald? Like Sele exceptional? What did Sele do that was exceptional? There was a lot of players that were very good. I thought Sele did some good things. He did some okay things, but what did he do that was exceptional, Rory?
Well, Tommy Lobb just put well done, Dargons.
Yeah, well, that's a joke that won't go away. We brought that up ourselves. Mohammed Dib. I don't know who's Susan. Tuapolotu 3. Susan got two votes. Good. I'm assuming that must be Stewart, and it's auto corrected there on your Mo.
Yeah.
And Little with the 1. So that's Mo's. DC Dragon says 3 for Little, 2 for Stewart, 1 for Tui.
John Muller put Stewart.
So Stewart's his man of the match, he reckons. Stewart's another one that was very strong.
Well, Gary Kozlowski put Sloan must go. We must sign Blaze from Para. He's being given ample time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Blaze Talangi fan. Jesse's probably the better person to talk to about that because I know Jag is a big fan of Blaze Talangi. I actually think that he's a decent kid, but I think he's a little bit overrated in terms of what he's asking for. Gary Kozlowski says 3 to the bunker, 2 to the bunker, and 1 to the bunker for not pulling back that try that wasn't a try.
Dean Shade Tumor puts Flano must get some.
Flano must get some. I don't want to give too much away, but I thought Flano was sensational. I thought he was really good for us. I think that's Kyle Flanagan's best game as a Dragon, in
John
my
March
opinion.
just put his 3-2-1, saying 3 to Suar, 2 to Christian to Pilotu, and 1 to Jack de Bellin.
Nath Battleshaw, he's got some comments on Tyrell Sloan. I've been big on letting Sloan develop, but that defensive effort was disgusting. We are a shot of playing finals footy this year. Put Lomax to fullback, keep Rubber and Christian on our flanks. Again, it's hard to argue with that. To be honest, it was there were some very poor defensive moments from Tyrell Sloan, and like scarily bad. And Flano's got to have a look at that. I think if Zach Lomax is in that same position, he probably prevents at least a couple of those tries. There were just some terrible moments defensively. There's twice where the Broncos dived over from dummy half, and you just can't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Sorry, I'm just following up with Nath. He says big fan of Sloan's potential, so yeah, it does pain him to say it. But I'm a big fan of Sloaney as well. I love Tyrell Sloan. I've been a big advocate of his all the way through. But at some point, you've got to start to ask some questions. He's just not good enough defensively for the NRL.
I was going to say, LCM, well, Lisa Marie Cooper put Jack de Bellin, Little, and Christian Tui Pilotu in any order, but Flanagan has to be there, so I'm flummoxed.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit the same. I'll let you on a little secret, Lisa. Those are the same 4 names that I was looking at. Personally, they were the same 4 that I was looking at and couldn't work out what order to put them in. So, we'll have a look and see how it comes out for everybody else. But really, really good performance.
Nice,
anyway, mate, I've actually got to go. I've got to go and cook dinner for the kids. So,
all right, I'll let you go, mate. See you tomorrow night.
A lot of fun doing this, and hopefully we can do it a bit more often because good fun calling a Dragons game. All right, it's a win. Sunday. 30 points, Dragons. 30 points to 26 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. Got to give that sponsor one more plug. Thanks very much for joining us. It has been an absolute blast. We got to win. Come on, Dragons fans! Fire!
Coco is at Mel's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Mustard tells tales of Dragons wins and Tudor victory. Tony and the MP crew will do their very best, hitting off topic and I digress with a red V on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie, navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big wet feet. And so our peddlers speak the tales and our pursuit is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast, funded by our team.
Just to Mitch Toohey, I live in Perth, mate, so it's only 7:30 here, so it won't be a microwave dinner. I'm going to do pork chops and apple sauce for the kids, so that's what's to come.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us.